Hello and welcome to the RJ Square podcast, where we invite you to join the conversation. I'm Jamal and I'm here with Jermaine and Renell, and we are your unfiltered crew, diving into life, culture, manhood, and so much more. We stream here live every Monday and Thursday on YouTube and Instagram. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, and join the conversation to help grow the channel and build the community. Tonight's episode, we run this Gen X, all things good. Fellas, what's up?
What's going on? What's going on, Jay Shizzle?
Nothing but the rent. And the fact that today's Memorial Day, and wasn't until just 15 minutes ago that we all remember we had a podcast. So, I love technology. We scrambled and made it happen. So that's
Thank you for your service, active members and veterans.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point. I'm glad you brought that up, Jermaine, because I had to explain that to Anna, what the purpose of Memorial Day is. And so, yeah, that's true. We have to take a whole day out to kind of remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice so that we can enjoy the freedom that we pretty much take for granted each and every day. So, yes, definitely thank you for your service to you both, actually. So you both have served. So
thank you, sir.
Absolutely. So, what's good? What's everyone up to?
Today was kind of one of those overcast, lazy Sundays, but it's really Monday kind of day. Yeah, that was my day really today. Laundry, nothing really exciting. So that's all I had to report, good sir.
Yep. All right, Jermaine, how about you?
Going well, man. Going well. Can't complain. Woke up this morning. Here we are. Made 4 hamburgers today. Ate 2 with some chips.
Who ate the other 2?
Oh, they're in the refrigerator for tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah, anytime I cook, it's always leftovers the next day because it's just me. You know what I'm saying? So,
okay.
That's how I do it.
Yeah.
One hamburger packet will last me for 2 days. A packet of chicken will last me for 2 to 3 days. That's how it is. I only cook like once or twice a week, man.
Gotcha. Okay. Cooking in bulk. I like that. That's efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, it was rainy here as well. I stayed in bed until like 11, which is unheard of. I'm usually up around 5:30, but today I was like, no.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't get out of bed till 11. And then Anna was like, I want to go to Hollywood. I was like, all right. So we went to Hollywood and actually had a nice time. I feel like everyone in South Florida went to the Broad Walk in Hollywood Beach. Shout out to Hollywood. It's where my old Orange Theory is actually. So, but yeah, good turnout. A lot of weed in the air.
So it's like how Miami used to be during Memorial Weekend, pretty much.
Yeah. But Hollywood. So I don't know where they got all their money from, but they have Margaritaville on the beach. They have this very broad sidewalk they call the Broad Walk, and it stretches like 2 miles or something like that. So you can just walk up and down the beach, and you got all these shops and restaurants. And we went to Senor Frogs and got a frozen margarita, and then we went to Gigi's on the water. Shout out to Gigi's, great service, great food. I had the beef, the braised beef, and she had the fried snapper, and
nice.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, no, it was a good time, man. And so it wasn't until like 6:50 when she was like, "Don't you have a podcast?" I was like, "Oh, dang, you're right." So I booked it back and made it just in time. So that was my day.
Enjoy yourself, man. Nothing wrong with that. Get out and about, do some walking, do some nice eating. Yeah. Margarita can't look. I mean, you can be the margarita, but margarita on a Memorial Day during the day,
right?
Woo.
Right. Yeah.
Good life.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, I know we were supposed to meet at 7, and clearly that did not happen. I just kind of made up a title on the fly, but this is open forum. So whatever is on your heart to talk about, please bring it to the table. Let's discuss.
I have a question.
Oh, great. Go for
Have
it,
any
Jermaine.
of you two seen the John Wick trilogy?
I've seen
Aren't,
1
aren't
and
there,
2,
wait,
not
aren't there
all
4 of
3.
them?
Or
Yeah.
the what do you call a
That's a good question.
Whatever.
quadrilogy?
A
No.
trilogy plus one. I don't know.
Quadrilogy?
Sure.
I
But
Have
think
you
they
seen?
all
Have any of you seen any of the movies though?
oh,
see.
absolutely. Yeah.
So, what do you guys think about the new one with
Oh, the
the
ballerina?
female girl coming in?
Okay. You know,
Did I catch off guard with that one though, Jamal?
well, I got an answer for you. So here's the thing. People, I shouldn't say people, I should say companies or Hollywood studios, they think money first, integrity of the story and character second, and rightfully so. It's a business. I get it. But sometimes you need to lay something to rest. And John Wick, spoiler alert, John Wick dies in the 4th movie. And let's just be done with it, and if
Oh,
you
he died in
miss,
the 4th movie?
oh shit.
I didn't know. I only saw 1 and 2. No, which one is the one with Haley Berry?
That's 3.
Okay, I saw snippets of that, like little pieces of that
My
one.
bad. Okay, okay.
No, you're good. You're good because I wasn't gonna watch it. Look,
Oh,
after I
okay.
saw the first one, then saw the second, I was like, all right, they're doing too much now.
I mean, they up it each time. It's not like the same exact action.
But bro, somebody has to get one lucky shot on this dude. Like, come on,
Seriously.
bro. Like, if everyone
He's
has
killed
a gun
5,000 people.
and you're killing 50 people with a gun, like, and they have guns, there's no way you're not gonna get shot. And I know he gets shot and shit, but your face is gonna be.
He's got the bulletproof suit. I mean, that's what yeah, it's definitely make believe. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
But my point was, all good things must come to an end. You can't just keep it going forever and ever, because then you're just gonna dilute the story, and then it's no longer special. That's exactly what happened with Marvel. We had 3 Marvel movies every year, plus the Disney Plus shows. It was too much. It was way too much, and then they watered it down. The quality sucked. So I'm not gonna watch the ballerina one. Maybe it's gonna be good. I don't know. The 4th one was the weakest of the John Wicks. I thought the first one, Parabellum, is probably the best, my favorite. Then the 4th and the second. Second one had Common in it. But in that order for me personally. But I think it's time to lay to rest. All good things must come to an end at some point. That's just my opinion. But I get it. It made a lot of money. So, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. So
You saw any of them right now?
I saw
Not really
1
your
and
cup
2.
of tea. Okay.
No, I mean, I found them
Entertaining.
Yeah, I found them entertaining, but nothing. Entertaining. That's it. Nothing that I would come home and say, "Wow, that was life changing for me." No, it's just
Well, I think it's amazing that Keanu Reeves. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. It just made me think something. Go ahead, Bruno.
Go ahead.
Well, just that he's had so many resurgences, right? Like he had Speed. That was his breakout movie that came out in 19 whatever, and then he had the Matrix trilogies.
No, he had that one with Patrick Swayze actually.
Point Break.
Point Break. Okay, yeah, that
was.
But you're still forgetting. But
hot.
you guys are forgetting about Dude, Where's My Car?
That's not Keanu.
No,
that's not Keanu Reeves.
There's one even better than that. I think
not Dude, Where's My Car?
Bill and Ted's.
Bill and Ted. Forgetting about that one.
You're right. So he's had like a few franchises. So,
but didn't like his wife die and he took like 10 years off or something?
Happened? It was his fiance. They didn't get married, but yeah, that's right. It was very sad.
But she died, right?
She did die. I forget how. Mm-hmm. And he had a sister. He has a sister who, right? Yeah, exactly. But he had a sister who I think she was sick or something. And then like I think like all the people on the Matrix or Matrix 2, he gave all his money to them. Like all the money he made. No, I'm serious. He gave all his money because he was like, I feel the people on this cast or on this crew deserve it more than me. He gave all his money. Look it up.
People say he's an extremely nice guy, bro. Like,
Yeah.
You ever saw the video with him on the train that's on YouTube where he got up and gave his seat to like this older lady?
No,
Yeah.
I
There's a
believe
lot of
it, though.
videos out there with him doing just like gentleman shit.
But some people are driven not by money, but they're
Yeah.
driven for like challenge, like personal goals, and I think that's his carrot, his motivation is just to push himself and to see what he can do. And for him, the money will come. You know.
Yeah. Especially once you have enough of it. Like,
Yeah.
if you do the first Matrix, you've done 4 or 5 other movies before then, and you
Right.
already have 30, 40 million in the bank, and Matrix is giving you 5 million. Like, and your cast members aren't making as much. Like, man, just split it up between them. We good. Boom.
Yeah. 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 And that's what Arnold Schwarzenegger did for Jamie Lee Curtis for True Lies.
Oh, she was so fine in that scene where they were pointing between her legs. She was, bro. She was. You don't remember that scene in True Lies?
I vaguely remember that
She
movie.
was doing
I
a strip
remember.
tease in the hotel,
Yeah.
and she spread
Hmm.
her legs, but the camera was this way. But she was like in her 40s at that point, I think, or late 30s. But
Okay.
she used to be a good looking lady.
She was
I
a
just
peak,
remember that.
peak
Just like I remember
yeah.
the Selma Hayek in Dust Till Dawn.
Okay. Yeah. I've always like she's short. She's like 5'2".
Yeah.
She's short. But
And she
anyway,
married to an old dude. I think her husband's like
yeah,
almost 80 or something.
that makes sense. But
That's
Jamie Lee
me.
Curtis thanked Arnold Schwarzenegger in like an interview because he spoke up and was like, "Listen, I won't do it unless you give Jamie more money." And at the time, like she really needed it, and it
Yeah.
was like very good. So some people are just good like that, despite their status. So I just
Yeah,
thought.
that seems like something Puff would do.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with
Maybe.
that.
I don't know to do that either.
I look, man.
How about
I've
make
slept
love
with
to
her
you?
enough. I think you guys, like,
Oh,
come
that's
on,
what you meant.
come on here. Enjoy yourselves also.
Oh man. All right. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. So anyway, so that's that. Renell, weren't you watching something on like Netflix or something? It was the animated show, right?
Which one? Well, I
The
finished
love,
the
the
one
sexy
you
love and robots or something.
I haven't. You know what? I just finished Black Mirror. As a matter of fact, just
Oh,
finished Black Mirror season 8.
yeah. Weren't we supposed to talk about that?
It went,
You've gotten through
yeah.
season 8 already?
Well, it came
That's
out like 3
impressive. There's
weeks
only
ago.
7, but okay.
Oh, okay.
No,
I thought
yeah.
no, I thought you said you were starting over with season 1. Maybe I
Not,
misunderstood.
well, I'm touching. I went back and I looked through, the laundry list of episodes and seasons, and I remembered, okay, I watched Helen, whatever. But there's one. Do you remember the USS Callister?
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorites.
So they have in season 8, they have the sequel to that. And I was like, oh, you guys, come on, don't do that. And yeah, sure enough, to me, that was a dud. So,
You
but
keep
I'll
saying
let you
season
kind of,
8, Renell. It's season 7.
is it season 7? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So season 7 is the one I just finished up.
Okay.
But there is one in there that I think both of you will really enjoy, and I would highly recommend it. It's called Eulogy.
Oh yeah. I've seen them all. I've seen
Oh,
season 7. Yeah, and you're right.
Eulogy
Eulogy is one of the
was,
best. Yes,
woo, that
absolutely,
was good.
absolutely. It's well, you know why it's good. It hits home for us because we're getting older.
Regret, yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Anyone who says they don't have regrets is full of shit.
Yeah.
I was thinking today how I wish I majored in something completely different in college. But I just didn't know. I mean, I didn't know what I know now. But if I knew then what I know now, I would have picked a different major. Because I've not been happy with pharmacy. I'm trying to put a square peg in a round hole with pharmacy, but I've never liked it. And so that's one of my biggest regrets. But whatever.
Yeah, but it pays the bills, right? At the
Yeah,
end
it
of the
pays the
day,
bills.
and
Yeah, it's
yeah,
fine. But if I could do it over again, I would have gone to med school and gone into pathology. I really think I would have liked
cool,
that. Yeah,
cool.
yeah. So, but yeah, it hit home for me because I got regrets. I mean, for him, it was from a relationship standpoint. I can't say I have regrets from a relationship standpoint. I feel, given who I was at the time, it played out the way it did, and I gave it my all, and I'm good. I can't say I could have done more. That's how I feel.
Who remembers that movie? I gave my all, but I guess my best wasn't good enough. Do anybody remember that movie? Like the
No.
young teenage kids, like they jump in the pool and they have crabs. It's from a long time ago.
Jump
I
pool
remember the
crab.
song.
They
I
all
don't
slept
remember
with
the
this
movie.
prostitute. The prostitute gave them crabs. They were in high school.
Whoa.
Yo, that was a banger movie back then.
All these
Not,
what?
yeah, they were all friends. It was like 4 or 5 of them, and they used to hang around, and all of them was like virgins, and they except like 1 or 2, and they all slept with this prostitute chick. It had to be like from late 80s or early 90s, and I remember it ending because one of them was in love with a girl. He was driving in a car away, and that song came on. I gave my all, but I guess my best wasn't good enough. But here we are back where we something like that. I can never think of that movie, bro.
Yeah, I'm not tracking.
Look, it's before I'm an old man. It's before y'all time.
Yeah,
I'm looking
you're
this
all.
up.
What are you, like a year older than me? Shut
That's it.
up.
Is it Stand By Me?
Not Stand By Me, no. Stand By Me is where they found the dead body.
That was a great movie, though. Stand By Me was an awesome
Yes, it
movie.
was.
As a matter of fact, I actually encouraged my son to watch it. He watched it. He loved it.
Yeah, it holds up.
Yep.
That's a Stephen King movie. Or
He
Stephen
absolutely
King?
loved it.
Stephen
Oh,
King
shit.
wrote. Yeah. Well, Stephen King has written some of the great. He wrote Green Mile, Stand By Me.
I
He
didn't know
doesn't.
he did Green Mile.
Yeah,
I
he
had no
did
idea
Green
that was
Mile.
him.
Oh
Wow.
yeah. He's got range. It's not just horror. I mean, he
Wow.
did It. It is great, and he did Carrie, and
That still terrifies me. I don't like it
What,
at
it?
all.
You don't like clowns?
yeah, no one
That
likes
is the
clowns.
creepiest shit, bro.
He did Pet Cemetery. He's done a lot.
That was a good movie. Pet Cemetery back in the day.
Yeah,
Isn't that the one
yeah.
with Cujo?
He did Cujo too. That's separate.
Oh, shit.
The man's he's on another level. Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Mhm.
dang, he did the one with the woman with the typewriter and bang the dude's ankles. What was that? Misery. He did that.
Misery. Misery was,
That was a
yo,
great movie.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
And
all
she played
Stephen
the hell
King.
out of that part, bro.
Yeah. But he did Green Miles. That's probably my favorite, and then Stand by Me, and those both hold up. Oh, he
Oh.
did Shawshank. Shit, that's like the
Shawshank
biggest.
Redemption. Wow.
That's like the biggest one. He did Shawshank. Yeah.
You know what's crazy is I've never seen Shawshank.
What?
You never seen Shawshank Redemption?
Never seen Shawshank Redemption.
That's like the first thing you need to do, and watch it with your son because it's well, there might be a
It's a
few
little
parts.
it's a little
Yeah.
too
Well,
much,
well,
right?
okay.
Yeah.
There's a grape scene.
Two
Actually, you know
dudes,
what? Yeah,
right?
yeah. Okay, actually, yeah. He might have to wait. Okay, but
Too
there's a
much.
grape scene, and that's really it.
Yeah.
Oh, and then
That's a lot.
a self delete. There's a self delete scene, but it's kind of off camera.
Right.
Okay,
Good.
yeah. You know what? Yeah, he can wait. No
Yeah, it's a
mind.
little
You
too
know who
much.
has good shows that everybody sleep on? Apple TV, bro.
Yo, you were in my mind, Jermaine. I just renewed my subscription to Apple TV yesterday.
Apple TV has some great
Yeah,
series, bro.
yeah.
Have you ever saw Foundation?
I tried getting into that. I couldn't.
It's
Maybe I'll try
it's
again.
it's good. It's the one where the mathematician predicts the universe. So they're often like different galaxies. They could travel from like galaxy to galaxy, but
Mhm.
there's an overall imperial force that governs them all. And he predicts the end of this imperial force that's been in control for like when I say generations, like thousands and thousands of years. It's way in the future. That's a good show. Another good show on there is Silo. Silo is a good
Oh
show.
yeah, that's
You seen
that's.
Silo?
I've seen both seasons, and
Yo,
I can't wait for season 3.
that's a good fucking
Absolutely,
show, bro.
it's a great
What's
show.
that one with Momoa? What's his name? Jason
Oh,
Momoa.
see,
See?
when everyone's
See,
blind.
I saw
I
season
still
one.
haven't seen
I
that.
haven't seen
I
that.
saw season one, and I was cheap, and I said, "No, I'm not going to get Apple TV."
How is it? How is it?
I thought it was pretty good. I saw season one, but I didn't get to. I didn't see the end of the series.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. Jason Momoa, he's not a great actor.
Nope.
At least to me, he's like a C-list actor to me. But he has enough presence to float with the B's and A's.
And he, I'm telling you, like the Minecraft movie that he just did, like he was able to transform himself in that movie. And like I told Jamal the other day, I was entertained. What's his name was in it too? Kung Fu Panda. What's his name?
Jack Black.
Jamal. Jack Black was in it as well. So that was
Yeah.
a pretty good movie. I really thought I was going to go in there and fall asleep, and
Yeah.
for the sake of my son, but I was entertained.
Yeah. No, it's good. First, so before I forget, Jermaine, I found the name of that film. It's from 1982. It's called The Last American Virgin.
The Last American Virgin.
Yes.
Hey, if you guys get a chance,
That's
it's a
the one with
coming
the
of age
crabs.
show. What'd you say?
Is that the one you're talking about? The one with the
Well, yeah,
kids
and it
that-
says it says only one of the characters contracts crabs.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It's been a long time, bro.
Yeah, I mean it's from '82.
Yeah.
I'll give you some grace. But yeah, that's what it's called. I think I've seen that. I mean, there's another film called, and I'm sure you've seen it. It's called Just One of the Guys, and it's about a girl. No,
because there's a
yes, I
few
did.
girls.
Yes, she was fine.
no, you talk about rating a girl.
Hang on. Just one of the. When is this from?
It's
Just
from
one
the
of the guys.
This is a girl, and what's crazy is I just saw like a
It was for a college scholarship or something like that, right?
something like that.
Yeah.
Everyone in this film is like 20 years old or older, but they play high school people. So there's that, which is hilarious. But she pretends to be a boy, even though she's this crazy attractive woman, and she falls for this guy who is, I guess, like, I don't know.
I've seen this.
Yeah, of course you have. But the main thing in the film is when she shows her breasts to prove that she's a guy, because
they were perfect,
bro.
They were perfect.
Not before or since have there been a pair of breasts that perfect on media ever. It's crazy.
And it probably wasn't even her. It was probably a body double.
No, it was her.
Did they show her face during it?
They showed her face, and it is like unanimous on the internet that she was like one of the most beautiful women in cinema that never had like a career that took off. It's crazy.
And I actually found myself to be more attracted to her with her short hair than when she had longer hair.
Yeah. So she went on to like do like small roles here and there, but I mean, she was
phenomenal.
She definitely has nice jawbone structure. I'm looking at it.
She still looks good. I mean, she's a lot older. She's like late 50s, early 60s, I think. But yeah. So anyway, she's been talking about it like in different interviews because it's caught on. It's a cult classic, and I saw that on a.
What was it called again? Just one of the
guys. Like so many guys our age saw that as like young kids because of HBO, and our parents just. Our parents did.
I would rewind that part all the time. Just be like, dang it, I can't see.
But that's what it's like being a Gen X kid. Like our parents just didn't care. Like the TV's on, I'm sure they're fine. And we're just watching tits on TV.
Yeah, she was hot.
Yo, crazy.
And she had like she had dark features. I know she's white, but there's a difference between white and like. Because there was an Egyptian girl I used to know, and they have dark features, but they have light skin a lot of times.
Yeah.
And but the eyebrows real bushy, real dark, hair super dark,
right?
High cheekbones, and like under here is dark. Like she was probably one of the most beautiful women I ever met. She worked at Roto-Rooter. She was she was engaged to someone doing his residency at the time. Mm-hmm. And I remember she came over to my place like 2 or 3 times. I tried to get her a job at a club to be like a waitress or something. And this is back when, I'm not gonna say his last name, but Darren, he was in on with a club when he first came back from where he was at. And but they didn't hire. They didn't hire. Like you should have saw the chicks that was lined up at this new club trying to get jobs to waitress and do this shit, like baddies. And to me, she was the only problem with her, she was like 5'1", 5'2". But I remember one of my homeboys came over to my place and Randy was like, bro, this is the baddest bitch I've ever seen you with. Like, she was, when I say beautiful, like, I would give her a 9. That's how bad she was. And I rate harshly. That's how good. That's how good looking she was.
I need to
I
see a
was
picture
when
of
I
her.
first saw her, I was in awe. I was like, I don't think I've ever seen somebody in person that looks as good as you. I didn't say that, but
That's what
this
you
is
were
what I was
thinking.
thinking to myself.
That's crazy, Jermaine. We need to see what this woman looks like. What does a Jermaine 9 look like?
Bro,
Damn.
if I tell you what, if she was 5'8" and above, she would have been a supermodel.
Woo.
But she was short and thick. And not thick fat. She was probably 5'1", 5'2", but at that height, she was still maybe 120, 125 pounds, which isn't fat. She had no gut. But when I say she was just thick, like perfect breasts,
Mm-hmm.
the ass was just like, yeah.
Mm.
Even the manager there tried to sleep with her and she turned him
Wow.
down, and he got upset with me when he saw us hanging out. And I never even slept with her. I
Right.
probably could have, but I never actually slept with her. But bro, I remember she had this like Volkswagen Beetle she used to come over in, bro. Like I was surprised the first day she came in. This is like before like cell phones were really being used. This is like in
The 90s? Early
no,
early
because
knots?
I got back from the Navy in like late 99, early 2000. This is probably like
Yeah.
2000 to 2001.
Mm-hmm.
They might have had flip phones, but it was still like to send a text, you have to use the same button to get the T and
Oh
S.
wow. Yeah.
Back, you remember where you had to double tap to get to an actual letter that you wanted to use?
Listen, I didn't even start texting until I had an iPhone. Oh no, until I had a BlackBerry. Seriously, I was like, no, I'm not doing that. You just called me. But I got a BlackBerry, and that's when I started texting. I remember that. Wow, that's crazy.
And her name was Athena.
Ooh,
So imagine, like the name literally matched her, bro. Her name was Athena.
but can a girl be too short or too tall? Seriously, like I don't like.
It doesn't bother me.
It don't bother me at all. Like I've
Either.
I've been with women taller than me. Doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
don't.
saying from that aspect there was something wrong with. I'm just saying like if she had height on her, she probably would have been picked up like being a
But
model like that. Back
but
then,
but
to me,
you personally don't like shorter women, though, right? You
who
like
me?
them a little bit. Yeah, you personally.
I don't
You
care.
prefer a woman to be a little bit taller.
You just said
No,
she was too short, though.
Yeah, you
no.
did
I
say
said
that.
she was. Look, when I say she was too short,
Mm-hmm.
she wasn't too short for me to date her. She was perfect the way she was.
Okay.
I've dated short chicks. I've dated women my height. I've
Yeah.
dated maybe an inch taller.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying if she would have been taller, she probably would have legitimately been a model. When I said she was too short, I was speaking and getting the actual waitress job. They just
Oh,
looked
okay.
at her like she's nice looking, she's thick, but I got a blue-eyed blonde chick out here that's 5'7" and weighs 120 that's probably going to get more tips.
It
That's what I
sounded
meant when I
it
said she was
sounded
too
like
short.
she fell short of a 10 because she was too short, is what it sounded like when you
Nah, bro,
just
she look
explained
better
it.
than all those bitches out there, bro.
Oh, okay.
She look better than all those
But
bitches.
if she were
To me,
taller, that wouldn't give her a 10. That wouldn't matter.
no,
She's a
she'll still
9.
be a nine. She'll still be
Okay.
a nine.
I got you.
I
Okay.
don't believe in tens. I think I'm not gonna lie to you. I think, especially her face. Her
Hmm.
face was the closest I've seen to a perfect woman's face in my
Damn.
life. In my life,
Damn. I gotta see what she looks like. That's crazy.
I can never remember her. You know how long I searched for this bitch on social media, bruh? You know, once social
Oh
media
man.
start, I started looking for chicks I used to know. Like, I
Everyone
wonder what
did.
this chick do,
Oh
Look, you
man.
just gotta let those go, though. Those aren't
Everyone
good
did.
anymore.
Yo, like
You
bro.
gotta let those
that was my
go.
sole purpose for being on Facebook was finding people. And then once I found them all, I was like, okay, now I remember why we lost touch. Okay, never mind.
Bro, when you
Yeah,
blew chances
exactly.
with chicks, and like, let me tell you the worst thing at this age, when you look back on your life and you realize the amount of sexual opportunity that you turned down
Hmm.
when you were younger,
Yeah.
it's like, I wonder why I did that. Like, looking back at it now, it's like, why did I turn, like, did I
Well,
really have something better over here?
well, let me
Like,
ask you this, Jermaine. I don't think there's anything to gain from having more sexual encounters. I really don't. And matter of fact, there are quite a few that I regret having. So I'll do the reverse.
well, see, even though you do the reverse, I can say the same thing. You regret having some.
Yep.
I regret not having some, but I
Okay.
still regret having some at the same time. I regret both
Okay.
ways.
Oh, okay. Do you? Okay. Okay. I
Yeah,
got you. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
I
All right.
remember
Uh-oh. This
So,
is a good one.
y'all know Mad Dog. We'll just say number 96. But there was this chick.
Well, that kind of gave it away.
There was this chick, and she was into me. And I went to Mad Dog house. He was like, "Guess who I knocked off the other day?" Now remember, I think we were in ninth grade, but he was like, "Guess who I knocked off?" I was like, "Ooh." He told me. I was like, "Bro, like this chick always trying to go out with me." I was like, I was like, "That happened." He was like, "Yeah, no lie. This is exactly what happened. We're in ninth grade. We got on his dad's Harley. He drove me all the way to Seacrest into Boynton, making a left from Lakeout Avenue, made a left on Seacrest, went like another mile and a half to her place, dropped me off. Remember, his dad was a big guy, like 6'3", like he had a real Harley.
Mhm.
And I'm on the back, Mike's driving. I don't even think he's ever gone this far on his dad's motorcycle. Drops me off. I get over there. We do the do. Her breath was super stink. I'll never
Oh,
forget it. Her breath was stink, bro.
say less.
I
That
called Mike.
smells. Ooh.
Mike at that time, I think his mom was home, his sister was home, so he had to get his sister to come pick me up from the girl house, bro. But no lie, I'd never been to this girl house. I never talked to her outside of school. Um, Mad Dog told me he slept with her. The next day, I went over there. So he slept with her yesterday. I met up with him today. He told me he slept with her. He told me over there today. I slept with her. They came and picked me back up. That's exactly how it happened, bro. Like something like that, I regret. Like, she was just confused. You know?
Yeah. So that's one thing that I'm not really into is the whole,
Stop and
recycling.
swap.
Yeah,
The
I've never
what?
been
What
the
happened?
recycling kind of a deal
The
where you're
stop and
kind of
swap.
Oh
the
yeah,
stop and swap. Yeah,
no,
yeah.
we stay in. I mean, and Brunel and I, we
We
stay
see
in
eye
each
to
other's
eye on
lane
that. Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
We don't change lanes ever.
Yeah. Well,
It's just,
we
no,
were young.
but you're like 14 years old, 15 years old. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But
Shouldn't even been doing
definitely,
shit like that.
yeah, yeah,
Definitely
yeah,
shouldn't even been on a fucking motorcycle.
yeah, for sure. I've never been a fan of motorcycles.
Yeah, man.
But I wanted that going back to the shows where if we can jump back to have you guys we've never talked about this. Have you guys actually seen Breaking Bad?
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Have you
That's one
okay,
of the
so
best
then what
shows that
about
ever hit TV.
That's top
yeah,
five
what
for
about
me.
Better Call Saul?
Top 10.
Okay. So
I've
you've
never
talked
watched Better Call Saul in its entirety, but I did like him in Breaking Bad.
oh, you gotta
He's
watch Better
actually
Call Saul.
so that actor who plays Saul, I forget his name. He's in a film called Nobody.
That's a good
Mhm.
show. I like that show. Well, I'm not going to
It's a
say it's
movie.
good.
It's a
It's
movie.
entertaining.
Yeah, it's a movie where he's
Yeah.
like this spy or something. Yeah, but I hated the ending of Better Call Saul. I think they did him dirty, but I get why they did it. But that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to spoil it. But
Yeah,
Breaking Bad, I feel was a better show. Better Call Saul.
Oh, by far.
yeah.
Well, I've never
But what I
seen
love
Breaking
about
Saul.
Better Call Saul is the way they linked the two, right? And they kind
Yeah.
of showed a lot of the back stories
Mm-hmm.
to each character,
Yep.
So I love that because there was a lot of questions after Breaking Bad, like what happened here, what happened to Mike, how did Mike come to be who he
Oh,
was, and in
Well,
Better Call
they
Saul,
had a show after
they
that with
showed
Mike
that.
in it.
they had a movie on Netflix called El Camino.
Yeah.
Rabbi El Camino was Jesse,
Jesse.
continuing
Oh,
Jesse's.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but Better Call Saul actually connected the two stories, Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, and actually gave a little more backstory to a lot of
I
those
got you.
characters that we grew
Mhm.
to fall in love with in
Yep.
Breaking Bad.
But
So,
Breaking
I
Bad
remember
and
watching El Camino, but I don't remember being too interested in it for
yeah,
some
it was
reason.
okay.
Yeah.
I think it was still like Breaking Bad was still like kind of fresh. And so
Yeah.
when El Camino came out, I think people just like watched it because they were still fiending for Breaking Bad. You're right, it was just okay. But what was I gonna say? Oh, it actually reinvigorated the Giancarlo Esposito, his career. He was in a tough spot. He was actually contemplating, self-deleting. He said it
Oh,
got so bad.
who's Esposito?
He's
Which one's that?
Gus Fring, the guy who played
Oh
Gus Fring.
wow,
Is
Yeah,
that the
really?
oh, you mean the guy who looks black?
right. But
Yeah,
yeah,
Chicken Man.
yeah.
What else did he playing? He played he's a good actor. Actually, I just
He's
saw
in.
a show on Netflix. I don't know what it was on, but it's a black detective, and he was the one who was murdered in the show. I can't think
Yeah,
of it, but it was
yeah.
actually
He's
pretty good.
gotten a lot of roles after
Oh, yeah, after Breaking Bad,
Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
it shot a adrenaline in his career. Yeah, because he was just in Captain America 4. He had
Yeah.
a spot
I
in
tell
that.
you what, but acting as the antagonist in that movie, though, it was a masterclass. Like
Oh yeah.
you truly, I mean, he was the perfect
Yep.
antagonist in
Breaking
that
Bad or
movie.
Captain America?
Breaking Bad.
Oh, no one get that. That movie was horrible.
Well, Captain America,
It
I
was
didn't
so
really
bad.
like it either.
It was
And
so bad.
I don't know because I streamed it on my TV, but I was like, why does this CGI with the Hulk look crazy?
I'm
It
just
wouldn't
not
matter.
an Avengers guy. I'm more of an X-Men guy. I don't know what it is about the Avengers. They just don't do it for me. I mean, I'll watch it. I've watched it. I watched Infinity Wars, yada, yada, yada. I am a big fan of Thor. Got a little out of control there and Love and Thunder or
Oh,
whatever,
that was
but
awful too.
it was fast.
It was really bad.
What do you guys
Well,
think of
that's what I
Natalie
mean.
Portman?
I think she's a beautiful young lady.
I got a problem
Not,
with her.
not so young anymore. Yeah.
I have a serious problem with her.
What's your
But she
problem?
was
I find her to be a hypocrite. Like I think, and like low key racist.
Mm.
really.
Yeah. So there is a film called Annihilation, starring her and
I actually like that movie.
Okay, so you may know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
So she supposedly has some sort of affair. She's a teacher. She's like a professor or a PhD or something in the film, and she's supposedly having some sort of affair with another professor or PhD. And this is a black man. And the way they filmed the sex scene, it was obvious that the two people, like she and the man, were not in the same room. And I'm asking myself, oh, and by the way, he's black. And I'm asking myself, she's been in, you know, sexual scenes with other men before who are not black. No problem. But now when there's a black actor and she's asked to do it, it's like done in this way where it's like separated. Go back and watch it. You'll notice it. And I
Annihilation.
Annihilation. I was like, why would they do that? Like that made no sense. It was very jarring. It kind of took me out the movie.
But
And
okay, so I see what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but and so this is my question to you. When we're dating, when we're seeing someone, when we're with someone intimately, whatever, we have our preferences. Our preferences doesn't necessarily make us racist, though. And that's the only thing that I would. But you think it is because
so she's an actor and she's playing a person who has feelings for another person who is not the same race as her. She has to put her personal feelings aside to be true to the character she's playing. That's completely different. And if you can't do that, well then you shouldn't take the role. Right?
Yeah, but I think there's a lot that we don't know. Like, was it part of the contract? What was required in the scenes?
She's had no problem
give
doing that
concessions?
previously. And that's my thing. So anyway, it just
Oh, he
that
played
left
I got you.
Achilles, the dude she had an affair with. He played Achilles in Troy, the series.
Oh,
really?
the black
Yeah, they
dude.
had a
Yeah,
black
yeah,
Troy. He played Achilles.
yeah. I saw
Okay.
that guy. Yeah, he was
So
good.
yeah. So anyway, if you go and watch Annihilate, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's clear that they were like framed like differently, and that just rubbed me the wrong way. And then she says some other offhanded things I just don't like. So I used to like her, but now I don't.
Well, sometimes you can sense that stuff.
Yeah. But anyway, that was off topic. We were talking about Breaking Bad.
Yeah, and Gus Fring.
Oh, right. Yeah. So he right. So I really like Giancarlo Esposito. And I'm so glad that he got this because it was off a whim because Vince Gilligan asked for him by name. Uh,
Wow.
and I guess he just had that look of the villain that he wanted, and and he's been forever grateful because he was like, Because he said it was to a point where he was thinking of self-deleting, but having his family get like life insurance because he was like struggling so bad. He said
He
he
is the
actually.
epitome of a wolf in sheep clothing.
Who's
You
that?
know what I mean? Like Esposito. The
Oh, right,
guy
right.
just comes across as like he just plays the
A
role so
chameleon.
well.
Mhm.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
just plays the philanthropist,
Yo, I
Mhm.
good
don't remember
citizen.
any of this shit from Annihilation that I'm looking at.
You've
It's a
seen it
forgettable
before?
movie. It's just an okay movie. But I will say this about Natalie Portman. My favorite Natalie Portman movie is Leon the Professional. And she was like 12 in that. Um,
Oh, yeah, he was a beast.
No, no, my favorite one is V for Vendetta.
I love V for Vendetta.
oh,
That's
good
true.
one. That
V
was the
for Vendetta, baby.
Wachowski brothers.
I'd probably pick V
Um,
for Vendetta over The Professional.
yeah, great movie.
Really?
Yeah,
Great movie.
just because I just like, yeah, I like the cinematography. I like the way things were
Yeah.
done. Like the professional was good, and she was young in that movie. And he probably the only thing he was caring for up to that point was his plants. But
Right. You
V
know
for
what else was
Vendetta
pretty
just
good?
had there was
Go
just a
ahead.
lot
Yeah.
of things behind it, bro. The Tea
Yeah.
Party. It was like wow.
And that was a DC character
V
in
for
the
Vendetta.
DC Comics. Yeah.
Yeah. The other one was Black Swan that
I
I thought was
never
pretty good.
saw the whole way
That's
through.
I
pretty
saw
good.
it once. It was decent. I don't think I ever
Mhm.
watched it again though.
Well, she was in the Star Wars prequels. I noticed no one mentioned those.
And she was
That is
she's
true. With
yeah,
what's his
because
name?
Hayden
Aiden.
Christensen,
Yeah.
his
yeah,
career tanked. Oof, it's rough.
Wait.
he was supposed to be a rising star.
Yeah,
Not so much.
he was in a decent movie called Jumper, where he was like a teleporting person, but
That show was all
Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
it was just okay. Yeah.
It was all right. Some shows are simply for entertainment, man. Like they're not going to be a big draw. Like my son, when I was just talking to him when me and Jamal came on, he just put me on. He said, because he went to like the New York Film Academy in California, like his sophomore year. He took like the summer off, and he wanted to do that. Kids, they want to do everything, but
Mhm.
he just put me onto this show called Conclave with like the Pope and the
It's a show or a
archbishops.
film?
It's a movie, I believe.
Oh
It's
yeah,
a movie.
I hear it's really good.
Yeah. And I'm
Mhm.
not gonna say he likes period pieces, but he likes real movies.
Yeah.
Like, will he watch Marvel and things like that? Yes, but he's looking at it for the storyline and things
Mhm.
like that. And
He seems like a real deep person. Like he needs more than just like surface level fluff.
yeah,
He needs like in depth.
yeah,
Move me, make me think,
yeah.
which I like. I respect that.
But he still ventures off into the regular shits.
Sure.
Like I know when BVS came out, Batman versus Superman, he was like, bro, they fucked up so bad.
Oh,
He was
yes.
like, they tried to catch up to Marvel so bad, they fucked up everything else from here on out, which I believe they did also.
Well,
DC.
there's a genre of films that are like very niche to the point where you can almost call them NC-17 because of how gory and how brutal they are. And two that come to mind are Bone Tomahawk and Dragged Across Concrete. And those are both very good movies, in my opinion, where you have character development, good story, but what may take you out of it is just how graphic the violence is. Like when I say
Yeah.
graphic, just think of the
Yeah.
worst stuff you can think of and then make it worse.
Like American
Or
History
like
X, where he stumped the dude mouth on the curb, just times that by 10, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. So Bone Tomahawk takes place in the American West, and Dragged Across Concrete is like a cop, a crime drama with Mel Gibson and your boy Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn.
But yeah, Vince Vaughn.
Huh.
I love Vince Vaughn.
So yeah, those are two movies I recommend. Oh, and then there's another one called Brawl and Cell Block something. It has Vince Vaughn in it as well. It's a take.
Oh, well, he looks big as hell in that movie for some
He's
reason.
like a skinhead, but he's not
Yep.
a skinhead, but he's bald.
He was like an ex boxer or something.
He's like an ex mafia hitman or something, but it's a play on Dante's Inferno where he has to go 9 levels down into the jail cell to get to the guy who he ultimately wants to kill. But each time he goes down a level, like it gets more and more violent.
Yeah.
So all three movies were made, I think, by the same director, and he's just into this like hyper real, super violent stuff, but he does it in a way where there's all this character development and storyline. So, but I don't think they didn't take off because it was just too violent. It's just too violent. Like, not to give anything away, but a man gets split in half, not this way, but this way.
Yeah.
So
I just had to laugh through it.
It's craziness. But anyway, so if you want to have a nice time watching some graphic cinema, check out any of those three films.
There's a new show I just watched, and I found it like decent. Not Severance. Hang on. What's the name of it?
It's a Murderbot, because that's my new jam.
No, not Murderbot. It's the dude that all the white women like. The older white guy. They all say he's a great looking. He's like what's the other guy?
Brad Pitt? George
No,
Clooney?
not Brad Pitt. The other guy where he's like a George Clooney type. Hang on. It's here. Oh, Your Friends and Neighbors.
Your Friends and Neighbors?
Yeah, so he's an affluent investor, and he gets fired. But he just went through a divorce where he lost a lot of his stuff. His wife still has the house he used to live in. He got another house, even though his house looks great. The new one he has a Maserati, but he gets laid off because he slept with a young lady in the company. But because he's been with this company so long, they needed something to fire him with. So they found out he slept with her, told him that she put a complaint in or something of that nature, and she's a subordinate, even though she's in an entirely different department. They got rid of him, and now he's paying like whatever he's paying in child support, whatever he's paying in alimony after all these years. His best friend is the dude that his wife slept with, and now he's going broke. So he goes to a party. And this is within like the first 30 minutes, and it's a series. He goes inside one of the dude who was having the party, his house, but he's always had money. So he's never actually looked around. Like, how wealthy are my neighbors? So he started looking around. He was like, like, that's a Picasso. That's a bit. This is this. This guy has 20 watches. This watch right here is worth $425,000. And he starts realizing. And then he opens a drawer, and dude has like stack of money. And he closes the drawer, starts to walk out, turns around, look at the drawer, takes one of the wallets and just put it in his pocket. And that was the beginning of the end. From there, he started stealing from all his neighbors just to make sure his daughter private school was paid, his ex-wife was taken care of with alimony and shit like that, and he could pay his own bills. Then he went to a pawn shop, and that pawn shop didn't take the watch, but they referred him to a pawn shop in more of a less reputable area. Went in there, saw the lady. One day the lady shows up at his house when he tries to pawn another watch. And she pretty much let him know, if you're trying to do this with me, I needed to know who you were. You know what I'm saying? This is who you are. This is where you stay. So you lost your job. You used to work here. Knew everything about him. I was like, oh. Yeah, but it's a pretty good show. That's a pretty good show.
It's a show?
Yes, a series. It's a series. Like, I think it's like a 6-part series on Apple TV.
Oh, it's on Apple TV? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. You sold me. I'm going to check it out. Because I just renewed Apple TV yesterday because I wanted to see the movie The Gorge. It's got that.
Oh, I got to watch that too.
It's actually not bad. It's a good flick. It's got the one chick. She's from Argentina with the big eyes.
Yeah, she played the chess player.
Yeah. Her. I can't. Anya Taylor-Joy. That's her name. Yeah. So, which I thought was good.
John Hamm. That's his name.
Oh, he was in Mad Men. I didn't really get into Mad Men.
Fargo, the morning show.
I couldn't get into Mad Men. Fargo?
Yeah, he was in Fargo.
Oh, yeah.
I think the movie, not the series, if I'm not mistaken. No, I could be wrong.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
You know what show was interesting? It just popped in my head and then it just left. You know what show I used to like? I watched all of. You remember a show called Suits?
I never got into that. That's Meghan Markle, right?
I heard good things about that. Yeah, I heard good.
You know what was?
I've been.
Go ahead, Reno.
I was just gonna say I heard good things. I have it saved on my list on Netflix, but I haven't actually gotten into them. So, have you seen the whole series?
Have I seen what?
The whole series.
Yes. And there's a new one that just came out.
Okay.
There's so much good stuff.
I think what's interesting about Suits is the younger guy never actually even went to college. He just has an eidetic memory, kind of like the dude from Criminal Minds. So anything he reads, he can remember. So he used to take tests for law students to pass like the what do they call it? Not the FCAT.
Bar.
Is it the FCAT?
LSAT.
LSAT. To pass the LSAT, and he used to sit in with them, and not with them, but he used to take the test for them. But that's how smart. It's not even that he was smart. It's just, well, I guess technically he is kind of smart if you remember everything you ever read and you read a lot. Like that's just a lot of retention of information. Right. But he was running from these people, and this lawyer who was trying to make partner, who was well established in a firm, saw him. They thought he was applying for the position. He came in, and the lawyer found him interesting. Like, what are you doing? He was like, I was just running by. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you want to be a lawyer? Like, I mean, what's the pay? You know, they're just talking like this. And the dude was like, yeah, I don't think you're going to be a good fit here. And they only hire Harvard graduates. So the entire firm, all Harvard. Nobody from any other place besides Harvard. Literally, when I say all Harvard, the fucking secretary went to Harvard. That's how Harvard they are. And he never even went to college. And he was like, you know, give me anything you want me to recite from the law book. No lie, he just opened the page, do this, and he just read it off. And he ended up hiring the guy, but
you
nobody
know what
else knew who he was.
That just goes to show. That just goes to show it's really not about what you know, but it's more about who you know. And we kind of touched on that like a couple episodes ago. But yeah, I wouldn't doubt that happens. I think that's very believable.
Plus, for the record, I've met a few idiots that have gone to Harvard, so that doesn't necessarily make you.
Yeah,
I've reported to many idiots. Yeah, it's not a matter of intelligence at all. At all.
Yeah.
I'm not impressed if you tell me you're a director, VP, or that just means you knew somebody. It's like, okay, good for you. Great.
Education's what you make of it, right? So.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you another good show.
Wait a minute. How you got time to watch all that? You on the road all the time, right?
Well, remember, I just turn on Netflix and just drive.
I can't keep up with you guys.
You can't keep up with us?
You guys. Woo!
Renell, you have more free time than both of us combined.
Yeah, but I need to like.
He'd be too much on his phone talking to these.
Yeah, he's on Bumble. Yeah, that's what it is. He has priorities, Jermaine, unlike us. Okay, I got it. Yeah, message received.
I'm an apex predator. Maybe I'm out there hunting.
I see that. He's like, I could watch Apple TV or gotcha. I got you. No, I understand.
There's a show, bro. Fuck.
But what I do love about this is I've got my list. To-dos.
Well, you gotta prioritize the list. I mean, the list is too long.
Shawshank Redemption is number one.
Yeah, that should probably be on the top. That's that's really. I mean, did you like Green Mile?
Yeah, love it.
Shawshank.
Green Mile was amazing.
Shawshank is better. Jermaine, would you agree? Shawshank is better than Green Mile? Oh, okay.
I think it's better, but I think it's also better because it's more realistic. When I say realistic, it didn't take on a.
There's magic,
magical.
Sure. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
that's the same reason why I like Blue Eye Samurai over Invincible. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I just like more realistic, down to earth things.
You did not just say Blue Eye Samurai is more realistic than Invincible, did you?
Yes.
You meant
you think I'm gonna put a Virtuamite over a white man going to Japan and sleeping with a Japanese lady and having to have 3 babies? Which one sounds like it's going to happen more? Somebody coming out from a different
No. This 4 foot tall woman scaled.
No, I'm not saying that part. No.
Oh, okay. So you want me?
I'm not saying that part.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying that part. I'm speaking of the storyline.
Premise.
Yeah, the premise of the actual show. That's
Okay.
what I'm saying. I'm
Okay.
not saying
Okay.
this young lady is going to train long enough to
Right.
where she can beat the most well-rounded samurai in the world.
Right.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
But
Okay.
the
The
premise,
premise. Okay. Fair. Okay. If you're
guy
talking about just premise, I
sleeping
got
with the
you.
chick,
Okay.
interracial kid. They
Okay.
look at her. And remember, this, in essence, Blue Eye Samurai is a period piece.
Yeah.
So, but
Oh, don't forget about Yusuke. That's a good one. I think you guys would like Yusuke. I do. It's about the black samurai. I think
I'm
you
gonna
like
watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
It's a one and done. They're not going to have any more seasons, but that's got magic in it though. So they took some creative license there.
Oh,
hey, I do have to say though, I don't know if you guys saw the end of Last of Us, the season finale last night. Oh,
it was last night. I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna watch it. Don't say nothing.
Bullshit.
Don't say nothing, man. I haven't seen it.
You talk about cliffhanger, but obviously, anyways, I won't say it.
You're not gonna say nothing else.
Yeah, I will say this though. I don't know if you saw the episode prior to this one where they did the flashbacks with Joel.
Yeah.
Did you see that one? Okay, so
to save money. Yeah. No zombies. Yeah. That's all it is.
But I thought it was good. It was good.
Sure.
A little more story.
Yeah, give a little background. Sure. But
put her in a little rocket ship. Close your eyes.
Yeah.
No, I tell you what, man. But it was very touching, though. I have to say, it was very touching.
They were close.
Yeah. She treated him. She treated him like an asshole. Like she's that daughter you hope you never get. I just feel she's honestly. I feel they're making her out to be a horrible character, like a horrible person who's flawed. And I get that, but she's just hard to root for.
Is it like that in the game?
I don't know.
No.
I've never played the game.
No, from what I've seen, I know she's a little more feminine in the game.
Okay. And I know she's not gay in the game, is she?
Yeah, she is.
She is?
She is?
Yeah. That's where this story came from. Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? I thought they were just
I thought they made that
agenda.
up. Oh, okay.
No, that's not. No, that's not made up. It was actually part of it. But I don't know. I just think they're really trying hard to butch her up, right? And to make her very masculine. And that's a big turn off for me.
Well, this is not a spoiler. It has been greenlit for season 3. So I will say that. I learned that yesterday.
Yeah, I think everybody knew that was going to happen. Though.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah. You didn't think they would?
I wasn't sure.
Absolutely.
Because I thought the ratings were low.
Through the roof.
Were they really? What?
Hang on, let's look and see.
Episode 2 was like one of the. I think they went down once Joel died. Yeah.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah,
Yo, episode 2 was the shit. I love that.
Was amazing.
The army of zombies.
Coming out of the ice.
Yeah, man, that was like hard home Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
hard home.
Really
Remember
was.
that one?
Yeah, it really was. Yeah,
so The Last of Us, and I don't have the ratings, but The Last of Us on IMDb is 8.6 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes 95%.
Dang.
Audience rating summary out of 5, 3.8, which is still pretty good. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I stand corrected. No, yeah.
So I was actually taught, and the reason I'm asking you guys if you saw that episode is because it was very touching for me, and I love that moment, man, between Joel and Ellie on the balcony there when they were just kind of talking, and he's kind of telling her, "Hey, just be a little bit better than me," When and if you become a parent, be better than me.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh shit. Yeah. The Last of Us season 2 finale had 3.7 million viewers in the US. A figure HBO insists. I didn't click on it. Whatever. But 3.7 insists will grow significantly due to low viewing levels over the Memorial Day holiday weekend. And that's during the holiday weekend. It got 3.7.
Game of Thrones at its peak had 14 million viewers.
I mean, but I ain't gonna lie, Game of Thrones were on a different level than most, 98% of fucking shows, bro. Besides the last season.
Crazy. And that's for premium people. That mean, premium TV, you got to pay for it. That's crazy.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I didn't start watching Game of Thrones until it was out for
Yeah.
5 years. Never saw an episode.
You told your sister turned you on to it. You told us that.
My sister told me about it, bro.
Well,
I saw I saw the first couple of episodes. I was like, this show's fucking pretty good, bro. And I don't know what episode, but I do believe it was in the first season where Khaleesi was going back and forth with her brother and like was sold to Aquaman himself and like
Okay.
raped her and doing or sorry, but
raped her.
Yeah.
raped her, took advantage of her.
Well, you know.
And then she walked through fire, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Oh, yeah.
That
You know
was
what's
like
crazy?
season 2.
I used to think she was very attractive.
She's not.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Like out of
She's attractive as Khaleesi, not as
Right.
herself.
Isn't that's how I feel.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
That's what the camera does for you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Amelia something. Yeah, because when I saw her,
Amelia
I was like,
Clark.
right.
Yeah.
I'm like, is that the same actress? Why doesn't she look the same?
She's
Anyway.
cute. She's cute. She's not, you know.
Yeah, she's not ugly. She's not,
Yeah.
but she
Something
looks nothing
about
like she does in Game of Thrones.
as
Game of
Khaleesi,
Thrones,
she's fine, but
perfect makeup, breast, push-up bra,
is that what it is?
everything.
Wow.
Everything.
Huh. Okay. Yeah. Because I saw her on Graham Norton or something. I was like, is that the same chick? Anyway, okay.
It's very few actresses that when they're not actually on a show or in a movie, that's actually as good as they look on that show. There's very few. I think the girl, Khaleesi's homegirl, the black chick who we rated
Oh,
the high, I think
Yeah.
she's one.
yeah.
I do think, what's her name? Even though she has a larger forehead and she's not the most attractive, but the Wonder Woman chick, Gal
Gal
Gadot.
Gadot?
I think she's nice looking. I don't think she's as hot
She's
as what people say,
She's overrated.
but I think she's nice looking. I would give her a 6.5, 7.
They butchered her in the reviews on Snow White. They said she was bad. I never watched Snow White.
She's not a
but-
good actress.
Oh, is that like universally accepted? Like she's not?
Yeah, she's not a good actress, bro.
Oh, okay.
She got there because how tall she is in her. Remember, I think she started off with like Fast and Furious when she had like 3 lines.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But guess who came after her in Fast and Furious? Khaleesi's homegirl.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And Jason Momoa's in Fast and Furious now.
Yeah, I think the last one.
Yeah. And they have
So-
one more due out, I think. But
So
I'll
I
be
have
honest.
a show
I'm
that
kind
I
of
don't know
Just
if you
like
guys have
that.
watched.
What's that?
Westworld.
Yep.
I
How do
saw
you-
a couple episodes.
What
I
would you-
didn't get into it though? What was your question?
What about you, Jamal? Was it your cup of tea?
It started off promising, not
Mhm.
strong, but promising. And by the end of season 2, I was like, yeah. And then I don't know if it was season 4 or 5 or whatever, but yeah, I wasn't feeling it. I did see them all though. I at least finished it, but yeah, it wasn't for me.
Have you guys ever saw The Wire?
The Wire, as in Baltimore, The Wire
Yeah, The Wire, the show.
with Omar. Oh
Yeah.
what? Yeah, yo, that's like one of the greatest shows ever. That's top
Oh.
5.
Okay.
Yeah. That put your boy with the, I forget his name, he died. With the scar on his face. What's his name?
Yeah.
That actor?
I can't think of it, but
Yeah. He played Omar and Michael B. Jordan's in that. And Idris Elba's in that. Yo, it's an
Yep.
all-star cast. It's crazy.
Yep.
That's a great show. Great
yes,
show.
it was.
Ahead of his time.
Definitely. I'll put that up there with Breaking Bad. Top 10 shows ever. I think The Wire would be in there. I think
Mhm.
Breaking Bad. I
Yep.
think Game of Thrones.
Yep.
It's
Well,
a lot more. I would have to actually sit down and actually think
well,
about.
I'm writing this down.
I
The
would put-
Wire, Shawshank Redemption.
Well, The
put-
Wire is a series right now.
Right.
Shawshank
put-
Redemption is a movie.
I would put
Yes.
Banshee in that, and I know neither one of you have seen Banshee.
Ooh.
You've seen Banshee?
Have I seen Banshee?
Banshee is the shit.
Bruh,
I
that
love
dude got
that
out of
shit.
jail and became a sheriff. Hey,
Yeah, man.
Let me
Banshee
tell you.
is the shit.
that-
Jesus.
the fight
Yes.
scene with the UFC fighter, I was like, these fuckers are going at it.
That was great. But man, I think it
Banshee's
was-
a good show. I don't know if I would put it in the top 10, but action wise,
I loved it. Well, and then there's another because Cinemax, it had that other one with the Asian dude, Warrior. That's another good one.
yo, I saw the
Warrior's the
first
shit
two
too.
seasons of that. It's still on. But the first season,
Yo,
when I found out they were brother and sister, I was like, ooh.
yeah, Warrior's the shit. But so Netflix, no, HBO Max has a season 3. They watered it down. It's not as because Cinemax was all about like sex scene like every 5 seconds or whatever. They watered it down. It's okay. It kind of lost some of its passion, but it's still good.
Yeah, I think Banshee was a little more graphic than Warriors, though, right?
Oh, but beautifully graphic. And that had your boy from Homelander before he was Homelander in it.
Oh, that's the show.
Anthony Starr. Yeah.
Homeland. Have you guys ever saw Homeland?
Oh, that's a throwback. Yeah. It had the redhead dude in it for a second, but it had the chick. What's her name? It was on Showtime.
Yeah, she used to play in a younger show. I always remember her from when she was younger from a show. But she has a big nose, kind of blonde hair.
She's a good actor.
Yeah,
Homeland was great.
Homeland was a good show.
I think towards the end, I think it started to run its course. I think it was time to end it, but it hit its peak and it was good. I remember that. Had a lot of good
its
twists.
peak was probably the best thing on TV besides Breaking Bad.
Yep. It hit its peak. And same with Dexter. Dexter hit its peak and kind of Dexter, the serial killer. Dexter.
Oh, Dexter. I never saw Dexter.
Dexter's good. They brought it back.
The younger him, right?
They brought it back for a 10-episode miniseries to kind of give Dexter a proper ending because the ending they gave him was awful. And it was like universally panned, and then they waited 7 years to do it, but they did it justice, and then they created a series with his son because spoiler alert, Dexter can't continue. So
you ever saw Homeland, Renell? So I'm asking, okay, I'm gonna throw another one out there, and these are just shows I thought was good. Like, wow, these are pretty good shows.
I'm writing them down.
The Americans.
Oh, I never got into that. I never saw that. I heard
you never saw one episode.
No, never saw one. I hear it's good though.
Yo, the Americans during its stretch at its peak was probably the best show. I think this came a little bit after Game of Thrones. Was probably the best show on TV. They were KGB spies back in the 1980s that was sent to America. Yeah. They didn't know each other before they met up. They had to get married, come over here, start a family, pretend to be American, and infiltrate and spy on Americans. Okay. And they literally was staying in like Washington or DC around FBI, because a lot of in DC and Virginia, that's all there is. But
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. But they were living next to FBI agents and shit like that. And then as the story goes, when I say these, they're ruthless, they're smart, they're ruthless, they kill at will, their assignments. But as every relationship, one of the significant others loved the other, but the other loved the job more than they loved the significant other.
Oh.
And that was the conflict. We've been here their kids were like teenagers.
Oh, they actually had, they consummated the marriage and had children.
Yes.
Oh, they went all in.
Bro. This is how deep cover they were. And the kids had no idea. The kids didn't even know they were Russian.
That's
when I say the show is good,
that's commitment.
The show is good, bro.
Wow.
And then the kids find out.
Think about the level of commitment that would take.
Yes.
It's your life.
You're giving up your life, literally.
Your life.
Like there's one way to go in a war and you die. There's another way where you don't even choose who you marry. Wow.
That is the epitome of for God and country right there. You're doing it for God and country, nothing else.
But they actually used to do that shit over there, bro. Like they used to start when they were literally in single digits of age as children.
Yeah, I think that's based on reality. Yeah, I think that's based on reality for sure.
That's of course. So if you have a chance right now, The Americans, excellent show, bro. Excellent show. And you know who plays in that? The Felicity girl.
Yeah,
she also played the she's like a not a senator, but a delegate. It's a
Oh, it
new
was
show.
on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Renell, how many shows is that? You writing them down?
I got Homeland. I got the Americans. I got The Wire. I got Shawshank Redemption, and I got was it Banshee with a B or Banshee with a
with a
V?
B with a
B,
B.
like the
Okay.
animal banshee.
So I would. Oh man, that's so hard.
So give me priority list on this. So
That's tough,
give me,
bro. I'll let
say-
Jamal.
I say
hold on. So
Shawshank
hold on.
first because it's a film.
Prioritize this for me. Shawshank's number one.
I would say so because
But
it's a
make sure you
movie.
put movie beside it or series
Yeah, it's a
beside it. So
movie.
No, I know
It's-
it's a movie though.
Yeah, so
No.
Shawshank's a movie, so I would do that first. You can
Okay.
do that in the weekend, whatever. Banshee is a show. It's only 5 seasons. It takes a while.
Ooh, good Lord.
I would be very curious to know how you feel at the end of season 4. Honestly, I wasn't right in the mind after season 4, personally. It's so
Wait, which
funny.
one?
The end of season 4 of Banshee. I just wasn't
Oh.
right after that. Yeah, you know why. I just because I got attached to people. So anyway, that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. So it's got some Game of Thrones in it.
A little bit.
The police
yeah.
girl was hot in Banshee too.
They were all hot.
Yeah.
The Native American assassin, she was hot.
Oh, she was super hot.
Yeah, the Russian girlfriend / mother.
Oh,
Come on. Everyone in that show was sexy. So
Yeah.
anyway, that's Banshee. And then what were the other ones?
Wire, Americans,
Wire.
and Homeland.
Oh,
ooh, it's tough.
damn, that's tough. The Wire's long.
That's gonna take.
Yeah,
a
The
long
Wire is
time.
like
The
9, 10
Wire,
seasons.
yeah,
Isn't
The
it?
Wire is
Jesus.
long. That should be last. That's
And at least like 12 episodes a season.
yeah. The Wire's long.
Yeah, that's gonna take a minute.
Homeland is long. It's 5 seasons, 10 episodes a season. That's long. And then I don't know about the Americans. That sounds long too. Those are all
Well,
long. I don't know.
You know
Crapshoot
what
on
I'll
that. I
do?
don't know.
We'll do Netflix and chill when I'm in beta with my friends. We'll do
There you go.
Netflix and chill. I'll
Yeah, you
watch
don't
it
have
with
to do
them.
that.
We'll
But
work on some
Banshee's
English.
short. Banshee's 5. Well, I shouldn't say it's short. It's 5 seasons, but I think each season has like 12 episodes, so maybe 60 episodes. That's still a lot.
Mhm.
Damn, that's still a lot.
Yeah, we'll put
Start with
subtitles.
Shawshank, man. Shawshank is
I will.
one movie, and you'll love it. It holds up. It's great.
Yeah.
Because they show it on TBS and or all the time. It's always on.
I'm sure they cut out those scenes though.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's Stephen King at his best. It's awesome. It's great. Morgan Freeman's
Right
in it.
on. Oh,
Dear
is he?
Oh, my dear Andy Dufresne. Yeah, he's in there.
Reno, you seen Ozark before?
I saw like an episode or two. I mean, I heard good things about it. I just didn't get into it. I know it was a little bit of a drug influence in it, right? They're like a
Was it?
traffickers.
He was a money launderer.
Yeah, it was money
But-
Money
laundering.
launderer.
He was never really.
But it was drug related though, Jermaine.
Yeah, it was
heroin. Yeah.
for the cartel.
Yep.
So
Yep. That was good. It almost
I'm
felt
just
like
not a big fan of what's his name, Jason Bateman. Isn't
Really?
he in it?
Oh, he's
Yeah,
awesome. I love him.
I'm not a fan of Jason Bateman. I don't know why. Yeah.
what about
Come
him
on.
when he's in the one with Will Smith, the show?
Will Smith?
Will Smith and Jason Bateman?
Not the bright
No, Will Smith is the superhero.
Hancock.
Oh,
Hancock. Yeah, Jason
Yeah.
Bateman was the guy who was married to
Oh,
Charlie
that's
Theron.
right. I didn't like him.
that was probably one of Will Smith's worst movies
I
ever.
didn't like him. It made a ton of money though.
You didn't like it?
Did it?
They're supposed to
I
be
didn't.
making a part 2, bro.
I know they
What?
are. It made like $600 million.
You know
But
what?
yeah, I would
movie-
agree it wasn't his best. Like,
No,
you
I
can't
didn't
put
like
that above iRobot. You can't put that above
No.
iLegend. You can't put that
No.
above Muhammad Ali.
it. No.
You can't even put it above he's
Enemy of the State,
the
which was
caddy.
good.
Who?
Oh, Vagabonds.
Yeah, can't put it above Vagabonds.
Ooh, that was awesome.
Yeah, Will Smith has had some bangers, bro.
He's had some bombs too. But Enemy of the State, which what's her name, was a good movie.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good.
It's a pretty solid movie. But yeah, you're right. iRobot was good. I Am Legend, probably one of his best. I didn't really care.
But they should have had a sequel to Iron Legend. They just did. The ending of Iron Legend just
Cliffhanger.
they could have done a little bit better. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well.
yeah.
No, it wasn't a cliffhanger. He got
you
blown
had-
up.
Yeah, you knew he died because obviously he's not going to live from that shrapnel, right?
But
From the grenade.
look, if they make a part 2 and they want a minute, somehow he's gonna live.
They should have made it.
Somehow he had the virus in him this entire time, and it allowed him to
Maybe.
to grow back a limb.
Yeah.
Another movie they should have made a part 2 on is World War Z.
Yo, that was a good Brad Pitt movie, bro. I was surprised.
Yeah,
I like
that was a great movie.
It was a good
They
one.
had fast zombies.
I was
That
gonna
was
say
hot.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
slow zombies suck.
You like when they run?
I want them fast.
Because you would figure they have no feeling. They should be the fastest thing out there.
Muscle
or at least be able to run forever.
Yes. Yes.
Well,
there's no fatigue.
Well, okay, depending on how long they've been a corpse, because obviously there's,
wear and
decay.
tear.
Yeah, right.
But like if I get, let's say, an 18-year-old get bit, who's a track star in high school, they're probably gonna chase my ass down.
You're exactly right. That's exactly right. Huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, man, we need to write for Hollywood. Help them out.
Yeah. World War Z. What was another movie that should have they came out with Top Gun way too late. They should have come out with Top Gun 2.
Made $1 billion though.
It sure did. It sure did.
Billion.
And they made it.
It was a good movie. It was really good.
It was.
I hear the Mission Impossible out now is not that great. That's what I heard.
Really?
That's what I heard.
I just think he's 60, bro. People are like, okay, come on.
He looks good for 60 though.
He does.
He looks
That's
really
plastic
good.
surgery, 100%. Like, there's no way.
No, man, that's the belief in Scientology.
Worshipping Beelzebub or whatever.
Bro, there's no way. That's Botox, like, at its best.
He has his shirt off. Bro looks better than all of us.
Probably.
He looks good.
Right now, stop. Don't be like, what? Remember, they get paid to actually stay in shape, bro.
He looks good. That's true. If I had motivation like that, I'd look good too. But honestly, I like hamburgers, so whatever. But
I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, man.
And the JJ.
No, that's true. Hey, but look, if we were actors and stuff, we'd probably get way more of a JJ than we do now.
That's true, man.
Facts.
That's true.
Facts. Although, you have some actors like Tom Hanks and Denzel, they've been with their wives forever.
And fucking everything else.
Who's Tom Hanks married to now?
Rita.
That boy, that little boy.
No, stop it.
I'm kidding.
No, Rita something. She produced My Big Fat Greek Wedding. I forget her name. But yeah, they've been married for like almost 25 years. Yep. Denzel, his wife.
Yeah, I know Denzel been married for a minute.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Denzel look like the type that won't cheat.
Yeah.
But
although
I won't cheat.
And on that note, fellas,
guess we're done.
I know.
Did you have something else?
Hey, for the record, I don't cheat.
No, I said guess we're done because Renell's like, I won't cheat. Well, let's end the stream with a lie.
Pretty much. We're over an hour anyway. We're good.
No, but hey, right now I'm pretty sure you won't. I'm pretty sure if you find the right person, you'll be completely faithful. I have no doubt about that.
Absolutely, and both of you as well. I know you two are very good men, and definitely in.
But I know if she put too much milk in the casserole, it's over. I'm finding Debbie. Like I know it's over for you. You season up this casserole?
That's not true. I'm all for a little bit of BMI. I like the BMI to be a little bit higher than most men. So
no, I'm just saying the little wiggle room she has with you not to cheat. You made wings. You gave me wings instead of a drumstick. That's it. I'm finding Tanya. No.
Yeah, there's truth to that. There's truth to that.
Just saying, man.
Yeah, I'm a flawed man. What can I say, sir?
We're all flawed, man.
No, man. I think when I will say this, I do think when men, I think it's a finite time that men fall in love with the person they're with, and during that time they're in love with them. I don't really think they try to look for anything else. But I do think as time goes on, and the love starts to dwindle, and it's kind of gone. She's not paying attention to you anymore. You know what I'm saying? Her thighs look like jelly, whatever the case may be.
I saw that on Hollywood Beach today.
You said something a while back about excitement. There has to the excitement has to remain, right? Or you got to continue to water it and make sure that little flower continues to grow, and you have to continue to rekindle it and keep it going somehow, some way. And
she got a blow dick like the first 3 times y'all had sex. You got to keep blowing dick just like that.
Whatever it is, whatever, if you need to run around the house naked and, I don't know, if you're into voyeurism, then go for it, right? Whatever it is that keeps that fire lit. And a lot of times in my relationships, I've lost that. So,
Raydell, in every relationship, the fire goes out, bro. It's not just you. Believe me.
Yeah.
There's no way to keep a fire lit 24/7 for 40 fucking years, bro. It just doesn't happen.
But if there's a foundation of friendship, then you can keep that companion and continue to live and be happy together. So that's what I've learned in my journey. So I know that the next time it'll be my friend.
You know what's interesting? I once spoke to somebody and he was talking about his ex-wife. He said, you know what I come to learn, Jermaine? I would rather a chick like me than love me. Because when someone likes you, they tend to want to be around you. But someone can love you, but not like who you are or you.
There's a thin line, dog.
Yeah, because I've loved people and didn't like them. Like I've loved a woman. I've literally loved a woman, but at the same time did not like her, didn't want to be around her. Yeah, and I understood what he was saying in that moment.
You just described half my family members and how they feel about me.
But have you ever any chick that you guys have been with, have you ever loved them but not liked them at certain points in time?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I'll tell you, I'm not gonna name any names, but one of my exes, I remember calling my little brother one day, and I told him, I said, "Hey, man, if anything ever happens to me,
she did it.
Make sure." I'm not kidding you, J-Dog. I'm not kidding you.
You thought she would do something to you?
I have never seen that kind of vitriol or anger in someone's eyes towards me ever in my life.
Wow. Yeah, including in the military.
Wow, that's
not
good.
like that.
And this is from a woman.
A woman. Dog, women?
Yeah, women, yeah.
Woo.
Well, really anybody.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But when you're staying with them and you see that, and you know, like, wow, we have a 3-bedroom, the kids in the other bedroom, and do I sleep with her or do I go to the guest room?
Right.
But then if I go to the guest room, it's going to make things worse. Tough decisions.
It was not good.
No bueno.
But yeah.
All right, fellas. Well, where can we find you on social, Jermaine?
Well, nipple clamps hurt, but did you see that name right now? You didn't even see the name, did you?
Did comment on tonight, man? You missed it.
Yeah, I was kind of tonight. I've been lagging. I'm kind of tired.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
You can find me at November Montgomery, all platforms.
And Renell, where can people find you?
Instagram, RaynellSaw_JR.
All right. And you can find me at Jamal is Good on Blue Sky and Instagram. And that is a wrap for tonight's episode of the RJ Square podcast, where the convo never stops. If you vibe with us, do us a favor, hit that like and subscribe button, drop a comment, subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. We are here every Sunday and Monday on Instagram and on YouTube. And until next time, keep it growing, keep it honest, and as always, join the conversation. Peace.
Salud.
Peace.